Welcome to the second update video. This video is sponsored by Onion Collective. And Onion Collective is a place in Ubud in Bali, and I get goosebumps every time I think about this place. And Onion Collective has a co-working space, a restaurant, a swimming pool, and places to stay. And this combination creates a great family feeling, and it's the perfect place to stay and be creative, and also to interact with other people who are also creative. So if you're a digital nomad, make sure you visit Onion Collective on your journey. And if you're not a digital nomad, make sure you visit it anyway, because it has something for everyone. So we are here at Tribe, and today I'm here together with Lydia from Tribe. So Lydia, can you tell us a little bit more about what Tribe is?
Sure. So Tribe is a makerspace and co-working space that basically started out with a few small startups that were coming together, and they wanted to figure out a way to collaborate together and build a community of startups and entrepreneurs.
How long has Tribe been around?
We opened our space at the beginning of the year, and so it's quite new. We're still in the first year, so we have had a space before that, but not a space of our own until this year.
So I've had a great time here at Tribe for about a month. There are 7 3D printers, there are scenes as a CNC router. So I mean, that's all I need for my project. But I know that you do a lot of other things here. Can you explain a little bit about the other events and the other things going on here?
Some of the programs that we have are experiential learning, and so it's based on the user and it's human-centered design. And we also have a few programs where schools can come in and their students can learn how to make something. One of our previous projects were we recycled material, so we used water bottles and we recycled that into footstools. So students came and they learned about recycling as well as making and being creative with how you can reuse things rather than to throw them away or recycle them in another way. And yeah, we just have some community events that happen as well to build community here at Tribe.
Yeah, Tribe, as I've said before, is here in Phnom Penh in Cambodia. What do you think about the model that you have created for Tribe? Do you think it would work for other people to try in other places as well?
Yeah, absolutely. I feel like the model that we have is pretty reproducible anywhere in the world, and it's not only special to Phnom Penh or special to Cambodia. Our model is basically we are funded by our members.
Yeah, I want to ask a question about that as well, because that's something that I find really inspiring. As I've understood it, you're able to run the makerspace and everything that goes on here as a business, so you can actually make it financially sustainable.
So that's exactly right. We are, financially sustainable, and all of our expenses are covered by rental payments and by our members. So yeah, it's something that we are constantly looking to grow and looking to expand more as well.
What is your next activity, or what is the next way we can see Tribe expanding?
We're looking at expanding our makerspace. We're looking at, in the future, we'd like to have more and more just machines and other tools that are needed for any sort of maker, whether it's metalworking or woodworking or robotics, or whether it's with sewing or crocheting or anything like that. Just anything that our makers would need. I'm just curious too about this project that you've been working on. I've been able to see the development of your project, so that's been really encouraging and really neat to see the different stages of what you're working on right now. So can you just let us know kind of where you're at right now and what are the different parts that you have?
Yeah, it's starting to come together now. The last update video I had just been printing these wheels, Now I've actually been able to assemble it into something, so it's possible to get the idea.
Great.
It goes back and forward like this. Yeah. On here will be later on the robotic arm that will do actually the work. But so far I'm focusing on this base thing. Yeah.
Great.
First, it's all an experiment, of course, and it's all something that I'm trying. I'm very pleased, I have to say, with how it actually can roll pretty frictionless back and forth.
Yeah, that's really smooth.
That's really smooth. And at the same time, it doesn't move, it cannot move up, and it cannot move sideways. So it can move the way it should move, and it cannot move any other direction.
That's exactly what you want.
That's what you want, yeah. And then it's this construction that also starts to show how I intend it to work. So there's this cogwheel here. The cogwheel sits on a motor. The motor is not plugged in yet. It doesn't actually do anything. That's the next step that I will work on. But in this rack there are these grooves, and the cogwheel engages with the grooves, and that's the mechanism whereby it will move back and forth.
Okay.
Yes.
Where will this plug into the motor?
The motor will plug into. There will be an Arduino here. Okay. Like Arduino is the microcontroller that we use. So all the electronics and everything will be here. But yeah, that's it. That's how far I've gotten.
Yeah. It's been really neat to see the different iterations of the wheel as well. I've seen, like, you had, I don't know, 3 or 4 different ones, and now with the collar as well, that seems to be working well. So yeah, it's really great to see the progress of this. Yeah, and that's so interesting with this iterative design process. And this is also not the final. It's not the final way it's going to look, because I've also identified that's what happens when you do this iterative process. In every iteration, you just identify a lot of things that you didn't think about, and I mean it's impossible to think about them before you actually see what it looks like. You have to do it.
So there will be a few more iterations before it takes the form that it eventually will have. Yeah.
All the best to you, and we're so excited for you and glad to have you in our space to work on your project.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, I'm very happy to be here as well. And thanks for watching.